Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again, Paleo Primal Long Island, and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is one I get a bunch, but most recently came from my good friend Teresa, and it is, what are the spores? Now, you know I recommend these all the time, so people need to know what's going on. And the answer is magic. Roll credits. Alright, fine, I guess I'll go into it a little more. So the spores, alright, they refer to a product called Megaspore Biotic. And they are strains of bacteria that form spores. Now, they are a probiotic, which means they are beneficial bacteria. Now, the reason why I think that these are better than pretty much anything else on the market, and I've seen so much success with them, has to come down to a number of factors. One is the strains that are actually in it. Now, while most probiotics on the market use lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which are some of the most common probiotic bacteria in our gut. The problem is they don't survive the transit through the harsh environment of the gastrointestinal tract very well. As you know, most probiotics are refrigerated. Why? Well, they're not particularly shelf stable and heat tolerant. They don't do well outside of their normal environment. And once you take it in, it has to go through the stomach acid. Now, the stomach acid's job is to keep out pathogenic bacteria, the deleterious ones, the bad ones. So, unfortunately, it takes out some of the good ones too. So most probiotics and even fermented foods, when you're eating them, you're not getting a change in the colonization of the bacteria in your gut. What's happening is most of those probiotic benefits or the fermented food benefits are coming from the creation of organic acids as well as vitamins and enzymes in those probiotics and fermented foods. So I'm not saying not to eat fermented foods or drink fermented beverages. I'm just saying that you're not getting a change in the bacteria from them. You're getting other benefits. Conversely, the bacterial strains that are in Megaspore are literally that. They are a spore. Now, you may commonly think about spores like mold spores. Now, what happens with mold spores? Well, they're hanging out until the conditions become right, until it's warm and moist enough, and then they start to proliferate and they bloom and they go everywhere. Now, lots of different life forms use spores. Plants, bacteria, fungi, all right? They go into that spore form to survive the harsh environment, whether it's heat, acid, manual manipulation. So you go into that spore form, they survive until it's time to get to where they want to go. And when they're in that place, when they're in their ideal environment, that's when they proliferate, that's when they germinate. Now, the strains in Megaspore make it through the stomach and through the small intestine, and once they finally make it to that large intestine, where they belong in the colon, that's when they start to germinate. So what are those strains? There's Bacillus coagulans, Bacillus clausii, Bacillus licheniformis, there's Bacillus subtilis HU58, as well as Bacillus indicus HU36. Now, those are all of the genus Bacillus because they are spore-forming bacteria. Now, we understand why the spore form is better. You know, it's going to actually get to where it needs to go. But what benefits does it give you? So the obvious ones are, of course, the improved digestion. It helps improve regularity, Also helps with acid reflux or any kind of stomach upset, bloating. Helps take care of all of that. So it helps regulate your digestive tract. But we've also talked about how roughly 70-80% of your immune system is in your gut. So you'll get sick less often and you'll be able to recover from illness faster. It'll also help with allergies and autoimmunity because of that immune system regulation. Now, it's not an immunosuppressant and it's not an immunostimulator. It's actually an immune modulator. It regulates how the immune system works. Other things, well, they help with the creation of various vitamins like the B vitamins, as well as vitamin K, as well as CoQ10 and nattokinase, which is an enzyme, which we've talked about. It's a systemic enzyme that helps break down inflammation. Other things, well, it can bring down inflammation, as well as pain. It can also help regulate mood. We've talked about a bunch of times. The microbiome is associated with pretty much everything. There are 10 times as many bacterial cells in you than there are you cells. So it is immensely important that you provide the proper environment and the proper flora, the proper bacteria in your gut microbiome. Make sure that that environment is okay. Just like a lot of people are concerned about climate change and animal rights and taking care of the environment, well, inside of you is your own little world, that microbiome. That's literally what it means. It's your little world. Take care of it. If you want to be healthy, make sure you're taking care of it. That's why I always talk about the Megaspore, because I honestly believe the microbiome is the future of health. And I've seen amazing results for a wide variety of conditions and situations with people who start taking the Megaspore. So that's why I always bring it up. And this video came about because a lot of people started seeing success, but they can't really elucidate, they can't really explain the benefits. So the biggest reasons, like we said, the biggest takeaways about what are the spores, well, they are bacterial strains that are able to get through the digestive tract. They are shelf stable, so they will survive transit. You will get those 4 billion colony forming units in your system when you take it. Unlike other probiotics, you're gonna see benefits to your immune system, to your digestion, to your mental clarity, to your inflammation, to your recovery. So you'll see improved micronutrient sufficiency. They help with your allergies, autoimmune conditions. The list just goes on. So that's why Megaspore is one of the top 2 things that I recommend for pretty much everybody on the planet. I honestly believe that pretty much everybody on the planet should be on Megaspore and nutrients, because we've messed up both our world environment and the micronutrient levels in the world, as well as our own inner world, our own microbiome. We've done so much as a society, as culture, to destroy both of those environments that we're not getting the same things we used to. So that's why it's super important that if you are going to supplement something, and this is one of the times where I say yes, you definitely should, those are the ones to go with. Definitely the Megaspore, definitely the nutrients. Hands down, best 2 things you could possibly add to your system. That being said, guys, hopefully this helped explain it a little more. If you need some more information, you know where to find me, over on Instagram and Twitter at Mike the Caveman. You can find me on Facebook at Paleo Primal Island, and of course over on MikeTheCaveman.com. Either way, make sure you like and subscribe down below, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time, guys.